Brings the sale barn atmosphere to Congress, starting a conversation about what lawmakers can do to help protect the industry in uncertain times. Rfd-tv's Sarah Mock reports.
The money was fake, but the goods in the auctioneer were real.
We had a $100,000 pie sell in the Senate. So I think that shows that it's enthusiasm.
A world champion sparked the energy of a bidding war, auctioning pies on Capitol Hill to show lawmakers the value of livestock markets.
They're an advantage for our producers when they take their livestock to an auction market, and you have a competitive bidding environment that creates top dollar for that livestock.
The activity opened discussion on critical needs for livestock markets, including a study on dealer statutory trusts that was approved in the 2018 Farm Bill.
Producers have a guarantee of a good check selling at a livestock auction, but sometimes we don't get paid on the other end of the transaction. And particularly when it's a livestock dealer default, it can be a pretty painful experience, and under the current law, there isn't the ability to go get those livestock back, even though they were never paid for.
This study is a step towards possible regulation, Good says, that puts livestock sellers first in line rather than banks to receive payment or livestock back if a buyer defaults. But issues outside of Washington mount. Some markets are already taking preventative measures over concerns about the possibility of African swine fever reaching American shores.
Well, if you're a livestock auction that sells both swine and cattle, we're seeing our markets start to create a delineation between those two operations or those two classes of animals, just in case if ASF comes to the United States, we anticipate there's a stop movement for sure of swine. And so those markets that are multi-species markets, hopefully they're taking those steps to prepare to at least allow their cattle side of their operations to continue.
Evidence that ASF is spreading throughout Asia, including the first reported case in Tibet, raises fears that the disease could make it to the U.S. But the Department of Agriculture assures growers and the livestock industry that they're remaining vigilant in policing U.S. ports of entry for contaminated substances. For Rfd-tv, Sarah Mock, Washington.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, livestock haulers and cattlemen are currently waiting for approval of their petition on hours of service rules, which would loosen regulations around the amount of time that livestock haulers can drive. The comment period for those petitions ended March 8th. Well, so far, 2 juries have ruled in 2 different cases that